I wish I knew what was going wrong. This has been annoying. Well, that's an interesting all-time donation counter. That's the week. This is the month. But that's not since the donathon started. Session. God damn it. How do I do this? Does anyone know what the timer was at, or what the donation count was at last time? Does anyone know what the total we ended on stream was last? So I can adjust accordingly. 850, you believe? Okay. All right. So the way I can do this is I can set it so that way it's got the extra hundred I got earlier before I started the donathon, and then I can set it to be a monthly goal. But I'm trying to figure out what I need to do in order to like have it display the number from the donathon onward and not not months earlier, if that makes sense. That's just one of the things that was going wrong today. And I only just now noticed that. I noticed. Go in peace, I guess. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna look something up real quick. Alright. Uh... Okay, I think I figured it out. I think I figured it out. Okay, that's not quite. So that's the entire time we've been here. That includes the fundraising for the move. Uh we'll set it to month. Okay, Pat will be around because he's up and wanting to clean right now. I should be going back to sleep for a bit unless I'm needed. I do kind of need company, but if you need sleep, you need sleep. So go to the fuck to bed, you know? Um, do not eat my food. Alright, so I guess the only way to overcome this is to set it to 150. Oh god, looking at the goals, I didn't not know your roommate was lactose intolerant. Oh boy, is that gonna suck. Yeah, it will. The only way I can think of making this work is to obscure the text. Do I still have Batman playing in the background? I think I might. You know what? Fuck it. Fine. There we go. Annoying as hell, but that's what we gotta do now, I guess. So this is adjusted for the little tracker here is adjusted. Give me a second. I'll get the text goal tracker that I can just update manually. That way it's accurate. I'm wondering, is there kind of, hold on. Is there like a widget that tracks just it at a specific time period? Alright. Alright, looks like we're doing this the old school way. Text. New. 850 over 2000. Where's the text? Where did it go? Oh, it's not even on the right. Okay, whatever. I didn't even add it to the right canvas. I might need my mods to help keep track of these numbers for me if y'all are willing to do that. The text also wants to sleep also. Yeah, it's annoying. Ah. Ooh, I fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it. I don't know how I did that. Don't ask. All right. That took way too long to figure out. All right, where is this going now? I can't believe how much time this took. Oh. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. That works. This works. Tech streams are always fun though. No, they're not. I just spent like the last 15 minutes screaming and crying over a text counter. I knew there had to be a way for it to be manual reset. And it didn't make any sense to me that it wouldn't be. And if anyone's actually worried about like, oh, are these actual numbers, I will just screenshot shit and send it to people. But the last tip I got was from Tobias when we did the one chip. So everything should still be in order. There were no offline donos. Hello? Hello, Nightly Cup. Well, now that the tech stream is mostly, knock on wood, out of the way, it has occurred to me that I don't have anything made of wood immediately in my vicinity, and I fear. And my emotional support cake slice is almost fully eaten. Yes, I said emotional support cake slice. Leave me alone. I deadass was like, do I remember what my birth year is? Oh, God. That's how you know you're getting old. That's how you know you're getting old, is when you stop and ask, what's my birth year? Alrighty. It's not getting old, we just well seasoned. You know what? I appreciate your optimism. It is absolutely us getting old, though. Yeah, thank you for the follow, Nightly Cup. Welcome, welcome. I hope you are enjoying your day. They are fine. Usually just sit there. Bed frame, not bedtime. What the fuck? What's a bedtime? I was making fun of Dick's the other day, or rather for the last week, because their new bedtime, and I quote, is like 7 p.m. And I was like, why are you running on old people time? We love dicks in this house. For me, it's whenever I pass out. Yeah, I'm right there with you. That's it for me too. My bedtime is whenever my body allows me to sleep, and not a second before. I'm crazy, but you like that. I bite back. Mm-hmm. 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 I need something to organize my deck situation because ever since I moved everything around, everything has been just thrown onto the desk in the most haphazard way. There's no organization, there's no structure. I'm literally losing my goddamn mind over here. King bow down and they saw my ring. Although whenever I get home from work at the end of the week, I don't even remember going in and just waking up the next day. You know what? That's so real. Nah, 9 p.m. I gotta be in bed and sleeping by 10. You know what? That's fair. Sounds like you got an actual real job though. Can't relate. Too disabled. What? Huh? Damn, what I'd give for an actual job though. People are always like, "Oh my god, it must be so nice to be at home and do nothing all day." Bitch, I'm not even doing the shit I want to be doing. Like, I literally was, like, debating with myself, like, okay, Thorn, are we gonna do a stream today? Do we have the energy to do a stream today? Do we have the spoons to do the stream today? The answer was, no. We're gonna do it anyway. How much caffeine can we get into our system? How much caffeine can we get into our system before giving ourselves a heart attack? It fucking sucks, but I'm also fatigued, burnt out so hard that I sleep half of the time. Yeah, I'm in a similar position. Bunny, you get it. You understand the disabled woes. Like, I had a very brief flirt with being an EMS, like my roommate, and then I realized I have POTS. EMS would have to be out in the Texas heat. I'm gonna die. Like, it took me like a week to finally figure out that, oh, maybe this isn't so feasible for me. I need AC. I'm not always gonna have AC. Yeah, I'm being dead by the end of training. That much caffeine? Guess I know what I'll do tomorrow morning. Oh, don't do that. Don't play games with your heart. Thank you for following, Britta Cobalt. Welcome in. Yeah, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Morning? Shit. It's morning, guys. That ought to tell you where I am. It's like 9:51 a.m. I just said good evening. Good lord. And not because I've been awake all night. I slept. My brain's just not with me today. May the 4th be with you. Fuck yeah, Emerald Muse. Hello. My heart is hurting a bit. Must have been the fatigue. Oh no. Do your children the incompetent shits? These exist. And it's hard to speak. From the heart never look so fucking wake. You will die with no one left to kill in the sky. Then you'll fall much too high to see your slaves out. They look you dead in the eye. Did you drink too many energy drinks?
I'm
nah.
in danger.
No, not quite. There's room yet. I'm sure we can figure it out. Pat is making me eggs and toast right now. You know what? That's better than the breakfast I just had. I had a big ass cake slice for breakfast because I was depressed. I was like, this is my motivational cake slice. And then for a moment, I also flirted with the idea of always having motivational cake on standby. I just sometimes get so sick of it so quickly. I'm not that type of person. I can't just eat sweets constantly. I'm either in the mood for them or I'm not. You're getting a baby bunny? Like a pet bunny? Oh, funding for motivational cake right now. I had funding briefly. I have to be conservative with my funds because part of the reason why we're fundraising right now is because I have vet bills and dental bills that are threatening my partner's move fund at the moment. Like, after paying this month's bills, I have $500 in my account of that $850. And then there, like, I'm just gonna hold out a few more months, okay? I'm so excited. I'm foaming at the mouth. July is around the corner. I'm hyped. But goddamn, if my bills are not trying to threaten my partner's move fund. To be sure, I have the funds to secure my partner's move. The question is making sure that I continue having the funds. Because my vet bills and my dental bills, because my cat went to the vet 9 times since December. I paid for over half of those out of pocket. But I got like $2,000 on a payment plan. One of those bills alone is $82 a month, and I think the other one's $58. And then my dental bills, I got like another 100-something plus in dental bills. And then I'm still paying off 2 beds and 2 bed frames that we absolutely needed when we moved in here. My roommate is going to pay me back for the bed frame and bed I got him. So I'm not really worried about that. It's just a matter of making sure that nothing happens to the money that I've set aside for my partner. And it's getting really expensive every day. Use still the lantern. If you have it by the end of the stream, you get a special Discord role to the next stream. Yeah, exactly. By the way, Bunny, can you pop that Discord link in for us real quick? Oh, okay, I'm not on Discord, so I'm not, I'm okay not redeeming it. I mean, you could also just keep it from someone else. There's no saying you can't do that. Land dinosaurs, the power of the grotto without the glow bunnies would be lost and might never find their way home. Oh my god, listen, all I have to do is wave this tail at you and you'll find your way just fine. I have yet to get the role, I just like being a little shit. One of these days, I think for my stream anniversary, for my like August anniversary, I might do a subathon. But it's gonna be a very relaxed, casual subathon. It's not gonna like have any kind of requirements. And then I will commence the Great Lantern War. What is the Great Lantern War? Well, some people in my community have been saving for the entire time they've been here their points. They haven't been redeeming them. They've barely been using them. Why is that? They're preparing for the Great Lantern War. I've decided that the Great Lantern War is going to be the day where I decide that the redeem is only 1 point. I'm not going to be able to read my chat, guys. No one's going to be able to read chat. It's just going to be, yeah. Some of y'all are crazy with the save. Oh my god, what the fuck is that model? I'm in love. Oh, hi, iPanda Memo. I'm gonna be also very real with you guys. I probably won't even do a subathon because I don't like them. I don't think anyone like understands my absolute hatred for them because it feels like begging, and I'm not about that life. I don't really have an option because this is my only source of income, and I'm too disabled to work, and I'm unemployable, which is fantastic. Every job I've ever had, I've been fired from within 2 months for being too slow. I don't work at the pace that the machine wants me to. And like for a little bit of context, even when I was a private contractor, which I was for like a year with a YouTuber, she was a house cleaner. She runs a house cleaning channel. She paid me for 16 hours of my time. She assumed I was only working 16 hours a week. Let me tell you, that 16 hours took me 80 hours a week. So when I try to convey to you what I mean by I'm not employable because I'm slow, I need you to understand the absolute absurdity that is my brain making 16 hours take 80. That's the reason I get fired, is because everyone else's 16 is my 80. No timer for lantern stealing. Are you gonna turn the timer off too? What's the timer? What timer? Where? Is there a timer? Did I forget something? Yeah, there was never a timer. I realized very quickly that I couldn't hold out on that because of how quickly my spoons evaporated. So the way I'm doing these now is that there's no pressure here, and I'm probably just gonna do reward milestones. I think in future, if I do something of the like in the future, I'll probably be giving away a game. So like every X number of gifted subs, like I think maybe 5 gifted subs, you get an entry for like an $80 game. I think that's what I want to do for my streamiversary, is give away a game. And then for the people who have been here for a long time, I might have a redeem where like use 10,000 of your channel points and you can enter for free. Oh no, some people put timers or redeem limits on redeems. Don't know if the lantern had a timer or not. No, it didn't. It does not, in fact. Ad break is in 3 minutes, guys. But I want to give back to my community. You know what? No, fuck it. No subathon. Just if you have X amount of redeem points, what would be a fair number of redeem points for my community? Some of y'all are really hoarding your redeem points, but like if I wanted to gift a game to my community as like a reward for them being here, what would be a fair like number of channel points? Well, it would have to be a game that was popular that people wanted. I'm not gonna just give away a shitty game for free. Yo, thank you for the sub. Hi, Alien. Thank you for the gift. I'm thinking of making it just free. Use your channel points to enter a submission. Because I have very kind and generous community members who are going to probably help out for as long as they're willing to and able to. So it would probably fund itself anyway. I've been here for 9 months and I have just under 100K and I use them fairly often if that helps the scale. So it's a game. I would kind of say 2K, but that's my idea. So 2,000 points for 1 ticket. Yo, thank you. Wow, has it only been 3 months? Damn, it feels like an eternity. Well, I think I figured out how I'm gonna do this. I think it will be a point redeems. Let's think numbers here. Maybe every 1,000 points gives you an entry. Like, you can have multiple entries. That way it gives people who haven't been here for very long also a chance to win. And I think that's fair. Izuku was my, and that means that people who have been here for longer can have more entries if they so desire. All right, ad is in 20 seconds, guys. 20 seconds. I'm not able to really change that. It was fucking everyone over before. So 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. All right, I'll see you guys when the ads are over. Everyone is safe. You don't know that, alien. Reminder that lurkers are no longer counted. Lurkers don't even show up in the list of people anymore. I wish I knew how long the ads were going for, though. Is Pat subbed? Let me check. Yes, yes, they are. It appears, I'm not sure if you gifted one to Nightly Cup earlier or not. Because Nightly Cup recently just joined the community, and I don't think they have one. If you were trying to spare everyone from the ads. Damn, guess Twitch is going to keep changing lurkers that are counted or not. Yeah, they are. I think it's very weird behavior. I've basically adopted the mindset now that I don't care how many people are here. It could be just one person. And you know what? That's fine. I frequently gripe and bitch and moan about the fact that I just want to be a hobbyist streamer anyway, because people don't understand how stressful it is to make something that's a hobby your job. Yo, alien, thank you. Thank you for the gift. It can be being a streamer for like a source of income is so much more stressful than just streaming. I very often wish I could work a normal job because I feel like I would be able to be a better streamer for everyone if that were the case. I wouldn't have to freak out every time I hit go live about, oh god, am I gonna make it this month? And that's why we're bringing the partner here. So something that's kind of worrying me is that my partner can't drive. I can't drive. I'm learning to drive because my partner can work, does work. And I don't want him walking to work in the Texas heat under any circumstance. I don't know how smart me being behind a wheel of a car is going to end up being. But you know what? There's at least one person in my system wants to do it. So, and he's proven pretty reliable with regards to being at the front while in the car. Because we've got one system member, I swear to God, he only ever fronts because he's in a car. He only fronts in a car. And he's the one who wants to learn how to drive, so I guess it works. Pat just ate straight butter. Ew. Yeah. Why would you do that? Spinning out of control. Oh, guys, so I'm working on my custom model. Right now, we're in the design sketching phase. Do you want to see a little peek? Do you want to see a sneak peek? Alrighty. Let me... Especially at this month and here in the Philippines. Yeah, it is a very big lifesaver. Jesus. Because he put too big of a pieces on my toast and I took them off so I could do a more reasonable amount and he ate the rest. Oh. How much butter did he put on your toast? Sounds like it anyway, though. Sounds like a sex joke. Alright. For everyone who's here. Been wide open, spinning out of control. My demons, they teach me their stones. Alright, let's get this. Browser? Browser 2. No. Ow. Okay, so that's not gonna work. Cool. Good to know. Let's open it in, Oh, so it's literally just gonna make me... Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Guess I have to open it up as a media file. And then here we go. Desktop. Alright. We'll loop it. There we go. Hold on. Hold on. Rotate. Oh, it's upside down. There we go. There will be a headless toggle where I'm just holding my head. This is all we've got so far. This is all we've got. These are our doodles. We might work on it a little bit on stream, if y'all are interested in that. Headless Horseman looking ass? Yeah, well, I don't think the Headless Horseman has antlers. Anyway, I'm taking it away now. Goodbye. We make the most of freedom. Alright, let's see. Where is it? Oh, so like what's the name of the race that had listed Minato Konosuba again? I don't know what that is. What the fuck is that? Is that like an anime? No. Not really a big fan of comedy animes, but I'll take a look at it. I know, I have no humor. Hee hee. Can I? The answer is yes. Not the new question is, should I? And to that I don't know. Ah! God damn it. Okay. Okay, I got this. I know what I'm doing. Sort of. I just googled I haven't seen it. I just Googled. Oh, okay. Wait, no. Where's the pencil? Oh. I grabbed it. Somehow I picked up the pencil already. Sorry for all of the noises. I'm not trying to hit my microphone. It's just in my way. Oh, I remember that. All right, let's see what we can achieve. Okay, everything is in my way. Oh, God. Mine, let out my prayers upon redemption face. The crucifix, oh no, I called it death. I can tell the difference.
I don't like this rock.
Trying to save a broken
sorry, I don't
heart
like that rock either.
But a mind to fix.
Robert,
Yeah.
it's pissing me off.
So I recently saw a TikTok where there was this very intricate VTuber design that was being done by a rigger, and I'm gonna be so real with you. It all it did was encourage me. It encouraged me. It made me go, oh, so the things I want to do can be done. Oh, and then immediately last night I turned to my boyfriend and I was like, I hate myself. And he was like, why do you hate yourself? And I'm like, because only someone who hates themselves would want to learn to do this. A broken heart was never mine to fix.
Are you open? I'll have a Krabby Patty Deluxe and a double chili kelp fries.
Get off of me. I was never mine to fix. Yesterday, you all let me to give two souls for sorrow into me, left me in the dead. Where? Ah, there. All right. Alright, this is what we doing. This is what we doing. I have like this idea for the ribs on the altar. Alright, it is 100%. Where they're like iron bars. The church in the steeple. Wait. There's poison in the holy water. Down on the altar. And it makes you stronger. Hollow? Not hollow. More like engraved. I was thinking that there could be like windows of like liquid pumping through like oil. Because lamp. Well, I'm gonna be so real. It may just be a random green liquid because I think it looks cool. Does there need to be another reason? Or alcohol, yeah. Because alcohol burns too. Now, I'm not sure what I want to do with the neck. But I can't help but think like some kind of iron grate. Losing deadly truth. I've been losing faith in you. My God, that's a monster. Death of the altar. Something like this. And then like this. To kind of resemble like the interior of a lamp. Alright, so something like that. And then we can have like, I don't know, chains or jewels or some shit. To the death of an altar. Alright, so I already fucked that up because I drew it on the wrong layer, so we'll just redo it. Da, 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 da. Is it gonna be a tattoo or an attachment? It's gonna be like a necklace, similar to the diamonds on the neck. Alright. Let's just trace over this on a new layer. Get a different color so that way I know I'm actually drawing properly. Alright. Okay, and then we're gonna turn the brightness up on this. There we go. I must return to work. I hope you have a great rest of your stream. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. But like, my idea is that there's going to be a yo. When did that happen? How did you do that? Did I miss something? Oh, the lurking. I see, I see. The lurking. Yes, yes, the partner must be subbed, I agree. Let's see. And then I was thinking of like a flame. It's all very like a whip in progress. I definitely want to keep the mouth, the moving mouth. Maybe have it be a bit more advanced and a bit more articulated, like where the tongue actually falls out. Something that might be cool and a little uncanny is that the mouth on the chest tracks perfectly, but the mouth on the face doesn't. Because people will register that the mouth on the chest is talking perfectly, but the mouth on the face is just a little out of sync, and that can create a very interesting uncanny valley effect, in my opinion. It's also been considered to like have the mouth not move at all. There's a reason why there's no tongue inside of this mouth particularly. He is here, you lurking? Yeah, well, he might also be getting ready for work. Or waking up or something. It's also possible he left me on his computer. Tabbed. So, I'm not sure what I want to do with, like, color design, but I do know that the less colors I use or the more similar colors I use, the more detail I can get away with. And you know how we feel about detail. Also, I had a thought about detail. The more detailed your model is, the harder it'll be for AI to copy it. So, like, if there's ever been a moment for maximalism in art, now's the time. Tell me I'm wrong, because I know I'm not. Where did my music go? Oh, did I close Spotify? Oops. I strongly believe AI is never going to be good enough to compete with you. Oh. Listen, the more detail you add, the more specific and minute detail you add to be more specific, the more hostile your work will be to AI trying to replicate it. Because once it starts trying to duplicate the finer details, it's gonna fuck up left and right. And I don't know about you, but I like those odds. Is that a star on my chest? Yeah. Okay, I'm yawning too much and my eyes are becoming harder and harder to stay open. Oh, for the rest of the stream. Oh, good night. Sleep well. Thank you for being here while you could be. My bones, they shake. You are with me every step I take. Alright. I think I want to go with green and purple hair. Similar to like what we've got with this model right here with highlights of black. Well, highlights. Low lights of black. Look at me talk. I think something really small that I could probably learn to rig is like a little lantern charm that I can stick on my models. So I was thinking that the antlers could be made of iron, and then you can see like fire glowing through them. Sounds great, but I can't even begin to think to make the fire possible. Oh, it'll have to be learned. For sure. It's also most likely what's going to happen is I'm going to have to 3D model it with clay before I can like, or 3D model it with clay. I sculpt it with clay and I just bit my tongue. Ow. It's most likely that I'll have to sculpt it out with clay first and then trace over it in like Procreate because I struggle with seeing things. Or coming up with the ideas, but once I can see it, I can hold it in my head. Jesus Christ, why am I so sleepy? I swear I talk too much. Can you imagine being a streamer whose entire job is talking and then talking just exhausts you? Let me think. You got this? Well, what I would really love to do one of these days is to collaborate with an artist. Like, directly, like, collaborate them very intensely on... on a 3D model design. Not a 3D model. Why do I keep saying 3D model? It's in the background of my mind. I want to eventually create a 3D model by myself. But I want to work with an artist at some point to get like a design sheet done. Because at the very least, I can get an artist to help me get my ideas out. God, why am I so tired? It's the cake. I'm blaming the cake. Alright, let's see what kind of progress we can make on this, I guess. That we started the other day. Wanted, all I ever needed was you. Alright. I keep banging things on the table. I am so sorry if y'all can hear that. So, something I'm actually going to be working on doing, fun fact, is an écorché. I don't know if you all know what that is, but it's basically a 3D representation of human anatomy. When done properly, it's equivocal to 200 atomically correct drawings of the human body in terms of practice. So, I've got the clay. I found a 10-pound hunk of clay that came with tools. I already have the anatomy books because I bought them years ago, back when I was trying to be serious about drawing, but then I got then I was like abused, is the whole thing. So my desire to draw just kind of went out the window. But I got it finally. I finally got the clay and I finally got the sculpting tools. So the anatomy books that I bought to help me build an crochet are finally gonna get put to use. And I've been debating having like a thing where I build it on stream, but I would have to figure out the camera setup for that. And I would have to be damn sure that like my face wouldn't end up in the camera in any way. Not that I'm scared of people seeing my face. I just don't like candid photos or footage of me. I prefer to be very intentional about when people see my face. But and crochet, I'm wondering if I would get in trouble though with like AI moderation for building one on stream, because like part of the thing with crochet is you're building the human body. And I'm trying to figure out, would I get in trouble for that? I think I'm gonna just doodle for stream, because my ideas are flatlining in my skull. Maybe if I get like music that fits the vibe of what I'm working with. Let me think. Do I have music for that? Should I build a playlist that reminds me of the model? That might be a good thing to do. Thoughts and prayers, because I'm gonna need them. Okay, I need a better place for my mics where I'm not bumping into it all the time. Yo, thank you for the 10 bits, Nico. Welcome. Thank you. All right. No, where's my pencil? There it is. So, fun fact, there is actually a drawing in my in one of my programs where I only work on it for a few seconds at a time to see where it eventually takes me. So, give me a second. Let me see if I can't pull that up for everyone. All right. I found it. So I only work on this a few seconds at a time. And it's whatever this is. And it looks like I was working on the face at some point. So let's add in a few more details. All right, and for the time lapse, because that's all I'm going to do, I only work on this for a few seconds at a time, and then I come back to it when I remember it next. So let's see how far we've gotten with this. So, hi, Lost, by the way. Can we get a shout out for Lost in chat? So this is what we started with, of just working on it for a few seconds at a time. And this is where we're at. But, you know, since I feel like doing it and we're here, let's go ahead and bring those ears a little closer into reality. And then maybe the face as well. All right, I'm breaking my rules here a little bit. So let's just get a quick line in. And now we're done. We'll work on it again later. But it's a tiefling of some kind. No idea what it is, but we just work on it a little bit at a time. It kind of reminds me of one of my D&D characters a little bit. But yeah, that's something I work on every so often. Let's see. Let's go back to this. It looked really cool. Thank you. I started that 3 years ago, and I religiously forget about it. That was kind of the point, though, because I want to see how long it takes me to finish it if all I do is work on it for a few seconds at a time. All right. Okay, I need access to my keyboard. There we go. Hi, how's it going? Yo. Okay, nothing. What do you mean, okay, nothing? Patience, my guy. Patience. Patience rewards all. I'm actually drawing over on Twitch. So it takes a little bit. Thanks for the shout out. You're too kind as always. Oh, thank you, Lost. I love seeing you here. Patience as always, friends. It may take me a little while to respond to people. Let's see. I found the right text. Okay. There we go. Also, Nady, thank you for the rose. All right. I have no idea what I want to do for the face on this model. Or if I want, like, elaborate makeup or if I want subtle makeup. I am not even really sure what I want to do for the clothes. I'm just trying to think of places where I can actively work on something. And I'm going to be so real, the idea well is dry. I'm 50-50 about whether or not I want her to have fully fox feet or if it's just one foot that's a fox foot and the rest is a normal foot. But the lantern tail is still gonna be there. And I'm thinking of having 2 hair toggles, one that's a braid like this in the background, and then one that's this fluffy long hair. I'm thinking it might be easier on my sanity to not have iron antlers, but to have like normal antlers. Because when I think about having to rig that, also, hello, hi, Mondu, how's it going? Thank you for the heart me. Because when I think about having to rig that, I want to self-destruct. A little warning about me is that I have no concept of beginner friendly. If I'm going to do something, I go all in times 100 out the gate. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Fuck the beginner tutorials. We're going head first, turtling toward whatever direction we're heading towards. And I'll either get it or I won't. I'm thinking of seeing if there's any free bases to work with that I can practice on first. Or to like work on... Ma'am. Timora. Is that necessary? Jesus. Alright, this is Christmas music. Why am I listening to Christmas music? Oh. Alright. Timora. Baby. Yeah, I know, she's being loud, isn't she? Timora. Timora. I swear to God, she makes a bunch of noise. Like, she literally drags her paws against whatever surface she can, and she makes the loudest noise that she possibly can. And I have to wonder if she does it to get my attention or not. Spoil the void and it shall devour your foes. Yes, of course. Timora, oh, she ran away from me. She doesn't want nothing to do with me. I will give her spoils the next time she is here. I just got home from the barber with a buzz cut. No, I am not going to the army. Is that what you wanted? Fiend? Did you go in for a buzz cut? It sounds like you didn't. Crazy work. Let's see. Alright, or something like that. Can I duplicate this? Hi, Leela. How's it going? It's my favorite Wee Lantern. Hello. Good morning. Or evening, whatever time of day it is for you. Alright. I wonder if I should just have, like, in the background the concept of the fact that I'm, like, making art. TikTok doesn't really like it when I have a split screen. So I'm a little worried about having the full view, if that makes sense. Alright, let's see. Vertical sources, window capture. There it is. Alright. Pretty artwork, thank you. I'm working on the concept for my model. Also, it's Scarlet, by the way. Nice. I apologize if I don't remember that. It might take a little bit of time. All right, what kind of eye design do I want? That is a genuine question right now. All right, I kind of hate that. I kind of hate everything about that. What if I rotate it? That's not so bad, but I still hate everything about that. Let's think. Thank you for the love. All right, let's go off to a corner somewhere and start doodling ideas, because we could do something like closed, like this, or we could have something. These are just concepts, by the way. They're getting erased immediately. Or we could have something a little more like this. Why is it registering my hand so much? We could have something a little like that. Something in the middle between both. I think cough. I think I would want to marry something between these two. How have you been though? I think I would want to marry something between these two. How you been though? Sorry I haven't watched streams in a day or two. I've been busy with boyfriend and he sleeps early. You know what? That's so fair. I realized it's 6:51. 16:51. That's pretty late. My schedule's gonna change when my partner gets here for sure. So I felt that. Alright, so if I want a combination of this, let's get a different color in here. So maybe something like... So maybe something like... Okay. I keep bumping my microphone. I am so sorry. So maybe something like that, and then the color in the background could just be really fancy eyeliner. Hex, thank you for the follow. I literally go to bed with him when he goes to bed because he feels safe when I'm with him all. That's so sweet. I love that. I love that for both of you. So something like this, maybe. But I'm not a huge fan of that shape specifically, so let's fuck around with that. Maybe something like that. You know how to draw? Yeah, I do know how to draw, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because I hate it sometimes. How do y'all feel about me being purple? Eventually. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh. Hello? Accidental pretty. Here. We can use that somewhere. Alright. And like I said, I think that if you, the more detailed you go with something, the less likely it is that AI, Jesus Christ, AI can copy it. Alright, that's a little bit better. This is still the sketching phase. We're still just coming up with ideas right now. I'm scaring my poor cats. I can't wait to go home and see my cat Ember. Aww. I'm sure she can't wait to see you too. Okay. How do these colors work together? Let's take a look. Not bad. Could be better though. Alright, let's take this. Because I want it to all have a kind of green tint. I know this is not going to make any sense to be using teal, but just bear with me. I want it to look like black light colors. Okay, that's getting there. Let's look at what we can get for orange. If it would be orange, it would be closer to the yellow side of orange. Like that. And then what about green? What about a darker purple? Alright, those look like highlighter colors to me. Hi, Fetty. Alright. Oh gosh. Alright. I think I have a makeup palette with these colors, actually. And I think they're UV reactive. Alright, so let's pair this color. Let's pair these colors. Nope, nope, nope. Deselect. Let's pair these colors 100%. For the clothing. No, it's gotta be more red. These colors for the clothing, maybe. And a darker green. They look cool? Thank you. Alright, let's... Alright, middle ground would be this. Let's just build up an idea. That's a little too bright for me. How's your day? Pretty good. We're just working out ideas right now for my model. We're very much in a planning stage, so nothing's really definitive at the moment. Alright. My day's been going pretty good. What about yours? Alright, what color do we want the eyes? I'm not sure what color I want the eyeshadow to be, but we'll figure it out later. I think something like that for the eye would be nice. Very similar to what we have in the current model. And then for the other eye, let's see. Something like that, maybe. Alright, let's get the pink back. And then the yellow for the flame. Hi, Strikers! Day's going pretty good. I feel like I've repeated that 500 different times now. Because I'm, like, fish-brained right at this exact moment. I'm not really keeping track of anything that's going on. Hi, Jackson. How's it going? I feel like a good representation of my brain right now would be lizard, 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 lizard. Except character design, character design, character design. So. Alright. I don't know if I like this. Maybe. Now, I'm trying to figure out what color the tattoo should be. Hi, baby Saja. I'm trying to figure out what the color the tattoo should be. I don't even know if I'm going to keep this red that's everywhere. It's just a nice little bright color that stands out against all of the other design elements we currently have. Now, I guess a good question we have could be what kind of, because these little glowing little yellow dots right here, I want those to be like fireflies or butterflies or something that actually flutter around inside the ribcage. I'm wondering whether or not they should glow. Hello, Hitman. I want her hair to have some kind of rose pattern bun in the back. Not that anyone's gonna fucking see it. What you doing? We're working on character design concepts for my model. Because I'm working on creating a custom for my model. However, I've always been the type of person to just sort of like do things in little bits and pieces. Like, oh, I have an idea. That sounds cool. Why don't we add this? Oh, I have this idea. Why don't we do that? And like we space that out over the course of like months or years until we finally get something that I think looks really cool. Now, something that I just have a great blindness for, and it's because I'm an indecisive motherfucker, is outfits. I hate them. Why do I hate them? Well, I like everything. I want to do everything, but I don't want to draw everything. That's the problem. I don't want to draw all of it. So if I can just trick myself at some point into liking the process of drawing clothes, I think we'll be in a better spot. But until then, I don't like it. And the only reason why I don't like it is because I haven't practiced it enough. I generally love doing anything that takes me 5 seconds to pull out of my ass. That's the type of artist I am. Unfortunately. let's give, and for a defined point of my skill set, when I tell you that I'm like a professional artist, but I've got some things I need to work out first before I can call myself like a professional on the internet. This took me 33 minutes, and I'll show you the time lapse. 33 minutes. So, it's not that I don't know how to draw, it's that I don't know how to paint stylized. I never figured out how to do that. I can paint like a traditional artist very quickly and very easily. However, do you want to know what isn't realism? Anime art. You know what I haven't gotten down yet? Anime art. So I'm like losing my mind every time I try to sit down and work on a model because I want to draw hyper realism. And my brain's like, no, that's gonna be a bitch. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do hyperrealism. Hyperrealism will be a nightmare to rig. Are you crazy? So like every time I sit down to draw something, because I like the stylized anime art style so much, I have to like rip my skin off a little bit and sit on my hands to stop me from trying to do hyperrealism, or semi-realism would be a better word for it. Thank you for the follow. Hello. And it's just annoying. All right, let's see. Let's see how quickly I can pull a face out of my ass real fast, just as an example. All right. Color fill. We'll make it gray. Cool. Lighter gray now. Nope. We'll use brushes. Where's my David Bowie brush? Is this my David Bowie? Yes, it is. Let's go. All right. Alright, let's grab this color. I hate this bright white canvas so much. Alright, there we go. That's better. Alright, let's get a softer color here. Alright, and then we'll add this over top. Alright, and then we'll add a darker color on top. Alright, this other side is turning out better than the other, but we'll fix it later. Alright, let's start getting some highlights back in real quick. Alright, now I'll just smear it all together. Not even remotely close to done. We're just getting basic shadows in. Alright, that looks awful right now. We'll fix it. feel like I rushed this a little too early, but that's fine. Why is my pen doing that? The human brain cannot make new faces, so I feel bad for whoever's face this is. And I'm only making that joke because I'm drawing it. Alright, the face proportions are wildly off, but that's fine, we'll fix it. Let's give her a fuller face. Pull that out some. Alright, now to fix everything. If you want to hear it so bad I can do lizard... No, thank you. I do not actually, in fact, want to hear it that badly. Alright. This still looks really bad. We'll get there. Eyes are too far apart. And this is the reason why I'm not really rendering details right now. It's because all of this was about to get moved anyway. Alright. It's gonna look absolutely horrible if we flip the canvas, so let's flip the canvas. Just kidding! That was more in proportion than I thought it was. Alright, so it looks like we just have to fix the mouth a little. You better not be drawing me. No, no, we good. I didn't realize you had such a feminine face, Gaines. Alright, now let's flip it again. It definitely looks a lot better. However, I like it in this orientation a little more. Alright. Let's, for the sake of entertainment, we'll give her elf ears. And she'll be bald for a minute. I hate how much art really is just a matter of trust the process. Because I don't have patience to trust my own process some days. Damn, called out right away. Yeah. Can we get a shout out for Gaines in the chat, by the way? I don't know if anyone's still here, so I'll do it myself. Okay, I think I did it. I think it's about right. Oh, it's done. It's already done. Too late. Too late. Alright. I want to be perceived. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you for real? Like, or are we just playing around? All fun. Oh, okay, okay. It had me panicking. Gaines had me panicking. Okay. Face is slowly coming in together. Alright. But now my back is hurting. No wonder it was blending weird. It was on the wrong layer. Oh well, we can fix it. I feel like a big part of doing art is just going, oh well, we can fix it. I don't even feel like rendering out these ears, so I may not. I may cover it with hair. We'll see. And the nose is slowly taking shape. Very slowly. Incredibly slowly. Yo, thank you for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Alright. Alright, I need to start using harder edges. Goodbye, David Bowie. Let's try stucco. I like that. I don't like that. Hopefully that wasn't. Oh, it was! Okay. That was on the wrong layer. Alright, let's Reduce that. I'm quickly losing interest in this. And this is why I don't paint anymore, because I never finish things. I don't even get a quarter of the way in before I'm like, yeah, I'm bored. Re-adding texture, because a lot of it got lost in the blurring. Alright, let's just add hair of some kind, so I don't lose my fucking mind about reworking this face over and over. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm actually getting mad with my program right now. With the way it keeps, what's the word I'm looking for? Drawing straight lines across everything. I do not know how to turn that off. Alright. This is just a rough sketch. By rough sketch, I mean I'm not even remotely close to happy with this. Alright, let's see if we can make it somewhat okay. There we go. Alright, let's fix her face up. Yo, thank you for the follow. Alright. I might have locked in a little. This might have gone by faster if I had chosen a reference, but I didn't think that far ahead. And this is what I mean by I know how to paint traditionally. I don't know how to paint digitally. Let's see. Oh. Alright, let's see how long that took. Because I don't want to fuck with this anymore. And this is why I'm gonna be learning anatomy. Specifically. I need to practice as well as practice shading as well. Because, I fucking hate it on digital. I can never seem to get it quite right. It's easier for me to work with paints and colored pencils because that's something I understand a little bit better. But if I were to like, what's the word I'm looking for? If I were to try to bring that into a digital program, that would look like intentionally placing down every single color as I go, as opposed to the way that digital art tends to be, which is much more layered. I don't even know who this is. But there's a dirty, rough sketch for everyone. Alright, let's take a look at canvas information. So that was 36 minutes. It felt like it was longer than it was. 36 minutes of work. If I had bothered to slow down, it probably would have looked better. But I didn't do that. Mind you, that took me as long as it took for me to draw that, almost as long as it took for me to draw that apple, but I was looking at a reference photo when I drew the apple. And this was just straight from my brain. Based on information and principles I haven't actively used in 10 years. I am so rusted, it's not even funny. This isn't the kind of art that anyone would, I don't think it's the kind of art that anyone would commission or want to buy. But that's fine. Let's see how much more detail we can get if I just work it out a little more. Huh? What?
Yeah. So I have to go get a money check. So just letting you know that I'm heading out for.
They can't keep doing this shit. This place? Wait, whoa. We've been bought out again?
Yes. So auto pay is down, and now I have to go get a fucking physical money order check. But I don't think this place is profitable for whoever buys it because the apartment that we left, it's still vacant. they haven't filled it yet.
Well,
So I think that's why they keep.
Oh.
I'm just letting you know I'm there.
no one can afford to fucking live in these places, and I don't think they know to look here.
I'm just putting this.
Don't do
okay,
that.
Sorry. Auto's trash.
Nope.
My bad.
I was putting it in there so it wasn't on my dresser.
That's what I get for assuming.
Yep.
I'm gonna go get red paint. Come on, Rudy.
So my roommate tried to do a nice thing by picking up a box off of my dresser, but it has the cloth pads that need to go into the fucking laundry room because I refuse to put that in anything on a surface I'm fucking using, so I've been kind of keeping them off of any surface until I throw the laundry in. And he was like, "Oh, this is trash." And he looked down and was like, "Oh, never mind." How is everyone? Everyone's doing good. What about you? Apparently our apartment complex has been bought out again. Which it was bought out in December. I'm so confused. Hi, so random question. Can you give me the first song my name makes you think of? Helvelgen by Wardruna. Alright. Alright, let's see how far we can get with this before I torch it. Wick, why don't you draw more? Wick, why don't you paint more? It's because I don't have the fucking patience. I really don't. If I can't get something done, like, super, super quickly, I lose my mind. So I kind of have to constantly be in a state of forever practicing, so that way when I'm sit down, I can get things done as quickly as I want them to be. Eventually there will come a time where that's just not practical. I haven't gotten there yet. I don't think I'm there yet. So. Alright. I was never traditionally trained either. This is mostly just the self-taught horrors of an artist who never learned to draw properly. So, let's see how much I can clean this up with this rake. To make it at least look somewhat intentional, even though it absolutely wasn't. Alright. Bullshit it, fake it until you make it, basically. Hi, Serena, can you give me the first... oh, I already read that. Jesus Christ. Today is not a good day for remembering things I've already read. Okay. I forgot to change the topic to art. Oopsies. It's supposed to be an HB pencil? Don't know about that. Alright, let's see the atrocity we've created on the other side. And I say atrocity very jokingly. I don't think it's that bad. Oh! We kept it mostly symmetrical. That never happens. Proud of me. Let's see if we can lighten that up a little bit. Why are we lightening it? Because that means I can hide the fact that I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Oops. Hopes and dreams. That's what we're running on. Oh. You know what? I think I know what I don't like about her face. It's the wrong color. Okay. How do I widen this? Figure out how to darken it in a second. I just need to get some details a little bit back on track first. I need to look up a picture real quick. I need a reference for this. I actually need a reference. Okay, there we go. Let's darken everything because I decided she is not the color I desire her to be. Whoever this random person I just drew is. Alright, we're going to blur that. Alright. Need a good mid-tone. This hair. Okay. Mistakes were made. I'll try doing it differently from the go. Hi, Gojo. You see me rolling the hating rolls off. Hi. I'm gonna do something like that. I have to start from the beginning. And this is what they call overworking something. Shit. Alright. Well, I'm not getting that back. Alright, let's see how long it takes to draw something with a reference. Something I need practice in. Alright, we're gonna set the canvas to a darker color. And then we're gonna use a bigger brush just so I don't get stuck on the details before anything is done. I need a lighter shade now. I need an even lighter shade. Not the right color. This is the right color. Alright. What was that you? What's going on? Just hearing random noises. Oh, hello, Thomas. I'm just practicing art at this point. I was kind of dead in terms of social battery. If I'm being real honest with you. But I wanted to stream. So here we are. I think I messed up her face a little bit, so let's see if I can get it back on track. Or maybe I'm just not looking at it right. No, I definitely messed it up just a little bit. It's not quite where it needs to be. That's fine, because we can fix that. There we go. Why does it feel like this song has been on repeat? Oh, no, the playlist is just really, really short. Okay, that explains a lot. Well, let's pick a different playlist. get some texture into her hair. I need to add the shine back to her mouth. Into her nose. I think there's a very bright shine light right there, but that's not that bright. Alright. Shadow goes all the way down here. It looks like she's got a necklace on, so let's go ahead and add that. Okay. I need a softer eraser. Oh, I might just need to take the base color instead. There we go. There we go. Okay, it's not that pronounced, it's more like that. about halfway in before our hair starts. Yeah, I need to redo this a little bit. I didn't quite follow the direct appearance as closely as I should have. I got tunnel visioned. Alright, let me get the vertical sources up properly. Okay. Back on track. Like there's a small highlight here. Looks like there's also a bit of a highlight here. So let's a little bit brighter. Brighter until we get the right color. There we go. Okay. I need to drag this out a bit more. This down. She has highlights go on her skin over here. And right here. It's not totally dark here. This is more just a shadow. Seems to be like a what's it called? It's a light source. Hold on. Color. Super saturated. Color and shadow and highlight. Terminator band is, I think, what I'm looking for. Scattering, subsurface scattering. Okay. There's that between her skin and the shadow. I don't know if I can convey that very well with black and white, but I'm gonna try. Alright, let's get texture into her hair. What about this brush? This looks like it might do it. Yeah, that's what I want. Like that. I can fix it though. There we go. Alright. Alright, let's get her necklace detailed out a little better. Yeah, that did it. Go lay down. Hold on. My roommate's dog had snuck into my room and started howling under my bed and freaked me the fuck out. Like, goddamn child. It looks like that's some kind of diamond. Alright, that's a little too bright on that side. A little too bright right here. A little too bright right there. Okay, and now for a brighter light again. Okay. Oh, are we done? I think so. Shit. Okay. Let's clean up a few places real quick. Just so they look nice and neat. Alright. There we go. And that's what I can do with the reference. Let's see how long that took. "42 minutes." And that's where we're at with 42 minutes. What do you think? Anyway. That was a nice little bit of practice. What if I add a background? Just a little bit. Nothing too distracting. She's still the main attraction. Just something nice. Yeah, thank you for the follow, Demon Champ. No, too distracting. Let's look at other brushes we have. Nebula? Okay, I kind of like the effect that had, just not to that degree. Alright, let's... Because that seemed to add more dimension to her hair. Happy accidents. Fuck yeah, let's go. I gave her hair more depth. Alright, background, background, background. Materials? Vintage. Maybe this is pretty. we're gonna feather this. And then we're gonna erase everything in the middle. What is this? Nah. What about rays of light? That might look nice. I want to create a background without it being too distracting. So let's try this. Nope. Materials. What about this? You know what? That works. That does it. That's what I want. There we go. And it needs to contrast with her face so that way she stands out more. And there we go. Let me show you the, I did my best to stay as close to the reference as possible, but let me show you what the stock image I used was. Copy image link. All right, cool. Browser. Oh, that's incorrect. I think I did okay. Let me get my big head out of the way. I think I did okay. Definitely could improve a bit on being more close to her actual features. Hello, hello. All right, let me go to... Incorrect. That's not what I wanted. All right, now that that's been done, let me put the model back up. All right. All right, let's see. Browser. Not existing. Here we go. There she is. This is the reference image I used. Anyway. Woo. Anyway, that was actually really fun. Haven't done something like that in a hot minute. And with that said, I think I'm done for right now. I'll probably come back and stream some more later. We'll see how I feel about it. I was kind of low spoons today to begin with, which is why I ended up drawing so much. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Let's see who's around to raid, though. Oh, it looks like Gaines is online. Let's go ahead and read him. It's been a hot minute. Everybody get your raid messages ready. Hi, Silas Graveheart. I'm sorry you caught me just at the end of stream. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Alrighty. I'm going to publish the VOD very soon, so if you want to see this process a little bit more closely from start to finish, that'll be up in just a moment. Alright, everyone, take care. I'll see you again later.